Hey guys, back in the garage again working on scraps. Game plan for today? I'm going to put this new fuel pump in. I got to take that one out. And after I take that out, I got to tighten up the motor mount bolt right there. And the other one I have to do on the other side. I knew I had to do it, but I figured, while I'm doing this now, it's the perfect time to do it. And I'm hopefully going to try to get this thing running. If we can get this car up and running, I can only let it run for a little bit because I don't have a drain plug for the radiator. My parts guy's going to drop that off to me, so I just want to see if at least we can get it running and idling. Hopefully the carburetor is good, and we'll see how it goes. And once I get it to that point, I'm good with it. And then I'm going to jump, I have the new speedometer cable right here. So I'll throw the new speedometer cable in. And after that, I might just start, I want to pull the quarter panels off. Cut all this out of here. And trying to get some type of game plan. Like I say, I don't want to go all the way into here. I really don't. I don't want to start cutting into it and then start doing a full restoration on it, because it's just a Pandora's box. Once you get underneath that vinyl roof, you either got to go all the way or don't touch it. So I'm going with the don't touch it. It still looks good. It's still in nice shape. It needs to be cleaned up, but can't be too clean because it's going to have to match the patina of the car. And that's actually the original roof on here. So, I just want to start doing things like that. It's really no game plan. It's kind of see a hole, fill a hole. And because anything that gets done has to get done. If I get bored on one thing, I'll just jump onto something else. So, enough babbling. Let's have some fun. Oh boy. All right, so got the old fuel pump out. So I guess we'll hook up the battery, see if it starts. All right, so it runs. It needs a carburetor. The carburetor on this, it's just dumping gas. It's terrible. So I'm just gonna put a new carburetor on it. And I think that should be the last piece of the puzzle as far as the fuel system. It's getting plenty of fuel now, way up top. So I'm gonna change out that filter. I'll put a regular plastic filter in. And hopefully I'll have the carburetor tomorrow. So fingers crossed, we'll have this thing up and running tomorrow. I'll be able to put antifreeze in it. So I don't want to let it run too long. And I was sitting there kind of messing with the timing a little bit because it was so far out. But I think it's got an exhaust leak. So I'll throw another header gasket on there. I must have torn it when I put it in. So I'll throw a new header gasket on. And I don't know. I don't think it's going to be too bad. So I'm going to stop on this for now. And I'm going to hit the speedometer cable. Here we go. All right, let me show you how I got to get this behind the dash back over there. You got to get to it through the bottom. You feed it in through the bottom. Let me show you. All right. You see? Let me see if I can even see it. All right. See that hole way up in there? I got to get this end through that hole in there. So I just want to show you what I got to do so when I'm underneath there you kind of have an idea what I'm fighting with. So hopefully it won't fight too bad. Once you get it through the hole, it just clips to the back of the speedometer. I'll try to show you when I'm in there, when I'm hooking it up. And then the other end right here, this end right here, that screws into the tranny. So let me hook this up and then I'll show you how it goes together, hopefully. All right, let's get started. Please. There we go. All right, so I want to show you underneath the dash. Before I clip it in, I just want to show you how it goes in. All right. It's really like a push clip. This cable right here slides in. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay. See this, the end of the cable sticking out? It goes right into the shaft right in here.
the back of the speedometer. So sometimes it'll fight you, sometimes it goes right in. It's just so hard to do with one hand. There we go. And you see that? See the way it just clipped in? With this, whoops. Hold on, I'll be back. Okay. You see this? Oh my gosh. You see this clip right there? It just clips in. And if you want to get it out, you just take this clip and you push it down. And then the cable will come out. All right? So I just wanted to show you that. It's a lot easier. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay. I just wanted to show you that, how it goes in. Because to explain it, it's easy to explain, but when you see it, you're like, now I get it. So now I'm going to go underneath the car, and I'm going to screw it into the side of the tranny. And then the speedometer's all hooked up. It's that easy. Alrighty, here we go. You know what? Here.
Okay, this right here, this goes in basically the same way. This slides right into that tranny right there, into the gear. That's actually the gear right there, the back part of the gear. And then the threads in that washer, I guess, you just tighten it in. Let me do that now, and then I'll show you. Oh, just get in there. There you go.
All right. Okay. It just screws in just like that. You grab a pair of pliers, just snug. You don't have to crank down on it. Like all this stuff is pretty much just snug. And then it comes around over the transmission cross member. And then it goes all the way up into the car. Let me show you something else. Oh, sorry. Let me show you this right here. Okay. If you see now, all right. If you see now where the cable goes in, right over there, or I guess, I think you can see it. All right, there's a big round gasket washer right there, this thing, right there. You just take that and you push it into that hole, and it's got clips. And that's how it goes in, okay? So let me finish this up, and I'll go over this whole thing. they're really, really simple to put in. And people always think that it's so hard to get to the back of that, but you saw how easy it was to get to the back of the instrument panel in the car, the speedometer. So, all right, I'm just going to finish this up, and we'll keep moving. Here we go. All right, so we got the speedometer cable in and the fuel pump in. It needs carburetor, so I'm just going to take this carburetor off. I called the auto parts store. They have one in stock. They're like, Al, we got one for you. We'll put it to the side. I'm like, that's awesome. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to run over to the auto parts store, grab a carburetor, throw a carburetor on here, change that fuel filter. The only reason I don't like these glass fuel filters at all, but the only reason I left it on there was so I could see the fuel coming up to the carburetor. So now when I change it out, I'm going to put a plastic fuel filter in there. And knock on wood, let's see if we can finally get this car started. Okay? So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. You know, before I go get the other carburetor, let me just take this one off first. Okay? Let's get started. All right, so I got the carburetor off. Now I'm going to run out and go grab the other one, throw it on here, and knock on wood, we'll finally get this thing started. We'll see what happens. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I'm back. Actually, I didn't leave. My son's here, so my son ran out to go get the carburetor, and hopefully we'll get that on. Maybe get it running. Knock on wood. You know, we'll see how it goes. But in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these quarter panels off. I'm going to get rid of this. I have to cut all this out, right in here, all the way out. All that's got to come out. And, you know, really what I need is I need a panel like this with the full jam in it. And that I don't have. What I do have is right over here. I have full quarters right here with the inner structure right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out right here. And I'm just going to run it all the way down and then cut that off. So it's basically going to look just like this. But have this new inner structure. Like I say, I'm not restoring this car. You know, I know the right way is to come up, cut it across here, and then there you go. You're into a whole new different build on a car. And it pulls it out of that affordability. Like I say, you know, we've done these cars. We can mint these cars out, you know, but, you know, like I'm the average guy, and the average guy, you know, I'm not going to be able to afford something like that, you know, but something like this, that's got a restoration that looks like it was done 30 years ago, you can afford. They're fun to drive. I like them. I think they're just, to me, they're the most fun. You know, you sit on the fender like we did when we were younger. So, like I say, you know, I'm going to get this off, this quarter panel off. I'm going to do the same to this side right here. Because I have both quarter panels. I have the left and the right. So, I want to try to bang away as much as I can. I really didn't want to get into the bodywork until I had it mechanically up and running and ready to go. But I feel that that's right there, and I think by the end of the day, that will be there. And why not just get a head start on the bodywork? So, like I say, enough babbling. Let's have some fun with this. I just want to show you something. This is called a windlace, right here. That just holds a trim around here. But on the top, it has this little piece of metal that comes out. And that goes back in here. It tucks in there, and then there's a screw right there. The reason for that, so you screw it in, and then the windlace doesn't come out. I just wanted to show you that, because a lot of guys, they'll go to take the windlace off, and they just sit there and they tear it off, not realizing that it's got that little metal clip. So, all right, I just wanted to show you that. Here we go. Something else I want to show you. If you see this clip right here, that clip holds this handle onto the shaft. So you can roll the window up and down. This tool right here, if you ever wonder what it is, you slide it in here. And then you just sit there and you turn the handle a little bit and it pops that spring out so you can pull this off. So I just wanted to stop and show you that. All right, back to work. All right, I just want to show you what I'm doing. What I did. I pulled out the center panel right here. So normally I would cut this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grind this down. Not all the way, because it was dented right here. So I'm just going to leave this as an extra. I'm just going to leave this right here, this piece, just as like an extra support, because it was weakened over here. So, you know, and then I just got to grind this down, clean this all up, straighten this out a little bit, and then I'm almost ready to put the other quarter on. Which, like I say, I had this panel right here. I had a good one, and I was going to take this off anyway. I figured, you know, right, it'll just avoid a lot of, you know, welding and grinding and filling and everything like that. And it's going to look nicer in the end. So, all right, I just wanted to stop, show you where we are. Let's get back to work. All right, my son's back with the carburetor. It's over there. So we're going to start putting this thing back together. Let's see how it works out. Let's get started.
It's a big carburetor for this engine.
No, it's only 600. Oh, yeah, it should be perfect for this one.
What do I have in my car? 600 as well?
You got a 750 on that, I believe. You got a 750 double pumper. Why is this not? Here we go. big headache out of the way. All right, you can kill her though. Can you open up the back door? Yeah. Thanks, buddy. So it's up and running. Oh, you know what I want to check? I want to see if the car goes into gear. All right, I'll be right back. All right, so we added tranny fluid to it. So let's start it up and see if it goes into gear. Here we go. All right, start it up, buddy. Nope, let me hook up the battery. All right. I just have to fix that exhaust leak. All right, put it in drive. Oh, there you go. All right. How are you hurt? There you go. All right, it goes into gear. All right, it goes into gear. So, that's pretty much it. It's got a really bad exhaust leak. It was a new gasket, but I guess the top was torn and I didn't see it. And once the car started, it just blew out the top. So that's that sound that you're hearing. But it seems like the motor just lies there. I'm pretty happy with the way it runs. I just got to tweak it a little bit, set the timing, and this car should be ready to be. You should be able to drive it. But alrighty, I'm gonna stop. I just wanted to show you where we are. Alrighty, back to work. I just have to change this header gasket. It's driving me crazy. All right, so I'm gonna try that. We'll see. I'll put the new one in. Hopefully that bad header leak is gonna go away, and then we can really hear how this motor is gonna sound. All right, so here we go. Alrighty, so I changed the header gasket and I added the fuel filter right there. I was just waiting on that for my parts guy and he just dropped it off. So I'm gonna start it up now. Hopefully that ticking sound went away from the header and now we can really hear what it sounds like, good or bad. Okay, let's give it a try. Alrighty, I just got the plug right down over there for the radiator, so I was able to fill it up with water. So now, hopefully this thing will start up and it'll idle, and we can let it run for a little while, and just burn off all the extra oil and everything like that. And so it's probably going to smoke a little bit if I let it run for a bit, but that's okay. Let's see what it does. I gotta tell you, I'm really happy with the way this car runs. The motor just lies there. Let's see what it sounds like from the back. I like the way it sounds. It doesn't sound loud and obnoxious. I'm just gonna let it run for a little bit and see if it leaks. See what happens. Alrighty, let's give it a few minutes and see what happens. I'm pretty happy with the way it runs. I really am. And it's just, I haven't even touched the timing yet, and you can just hear the motors just smoothing it out. So, I'm pretty happy with it. All right, I'm just gonna stop and clean up and we'll go over what we did today. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, guys, it's the end of the day. Let's go over what we did today. We swapped out the carburetor right there. We hooked up the speedometer cable. We changed out the fuel pump, tightened up the motor mounts, changed the header gasket, had to rerun the fuel because on that Edelbrock it fed it through the back of the carburetor. This is a Holly, so now it comes up. I had to turn it and put the filter right there. I kind of like the filter out of the way, but it's just how it ended up. So got that done with the new carburetor. Hooked up the electronic choke. The electronic choke, the easiest way I find is I'll run a wire through the firewall, down the bottom, into the fuse block. And on the fuse box, it shows you an ignition switch. It's like a male end. So you just crimp a female end onto the wire and you plug it in. Because it only needs power when you hit the ignition. All right? It doesn't need full-time power all the time. So we got that done. What else did we do? Oh, we took the quarter panel off. Started cutting all this out, and hopefully tomorrow I have another outer wheelhouse right here, but I think I'm just gonna graph it in right here. I'm gonna run it around and then over, so that's right over there. Because like I say, I could take the whole outer wheelhouse off and everything, but you just got to know when to kind of stop. So that's where we are right there. Got the car up and running, and it sounds really good. Went through the gears. It went through the gears fine. It's not loud and obnoxious. The motor just lies there. Oh, something else. I got my heat fixed. That's all done now. I didn't do it. Somebody came over and did it. It was just the injector. It was clogged. It was only like one that was barely able to get anything out. So that was that. So now we got heat in here because I don't like the cold. And that's about it, I think, unless I'm sure I forgot something. But I'm just excited that it's up and running, and the motor just lies there. So it was a good day today. It really was. It wasn't a long day, but it was a good day. And game plan for tomorrow, I'm going to try to work on getting all this done right here. And then I'll jump on the other side. There's still a lot. I mean, I still have to weld some stuff in the back trunk pan and everything like that. I got to get back in there. And there's a few other things, you know, that I got to hit along the way. But I'm just super excited that it's up and running. It could be driving. If I throw wheels and tires on the car, I could probably drive this car away. But that's, oh, I know what I forgot. The drain plug. Now I think I got everything. So, enough babbling. I just want to thank you guys very much. I really appreciate you guys watching. And you guys take care of yourselves.